So we try to engage Lacy to get her to come out just by dropping some treats towards her, and then we kind of are hanging out in an adjacent room. And Lacy really is just kind of checking things out. She hasn't, I don't believe, taken any of the treats. She's very aware of what we're doing, and she's paying attention to us. So she hasn't just moved back into her corner like she used to. But she's still not engaging with us to the point where we like, and especially outside. We just got done having a kind of a conversation about what we want to accomplish in this session. And Lacy is definitely more comfortable inside than outside. But when we go outside, she's more comfortable in the backyard because the family has a really nice, well-maintained backyard, and they spend some time out there gardening and weeding and so on and so forth. So as long as there are no loud noises, which are particularly alarming for Lacy, she can kind of hang out in the backyard, and she'll even sit down at times. But when they try to take her out for a walk, she is very reluctant, and she wants to immediately go back to the backyard. The backyard's not ideal for her, but when she's in the front yard, the backyard seems more appealing because it's a little bit more enclosed, and probably because it's an area that she's more familiar with now that she's spent more time and she's seen people out there. So I believe for her, the outside world is so open and overwhelming for her that that's causing her to kind of shut down a little bit. So a lot of people, when they struggle taking their dog for a walk, the real struggle for the dog is actually walking away from their comfort zone, because this inside is the happy, comfortable place where she feels content and protected and loved. So what we're going to do here, I just wanted to kind of talk about this first, and then we'll probably have some video footage of us going out for a little walk. Instead of actually fighting and challenging to try to struggle to get her to move away from something that she doesn't want, I want to flip the script a little bit. So we're going to basically put her on a leash, we're going to pick her up, and we're going to carry her a block away. Then we're going to put her down on the ground, and we're going to walk back to the house. So this way she has a motivation. She's going back to her comfort zone, but she's also doing something that we want, which is very important when you're rehabilitating an abused dog, is getting them literally moving forward. We were talking a little bit earlier about how Lacy, when they first got her, would just do big loops, and that's the only really movement that she would do. That's really almost indicative of a dog being caught like in a feedback loop in their brain. So by simply taking her out, and at first what I would recommend is taking her like about a block away, putting her on a leash, and then we're going to walk back. Now, normally I do two types of sessions. I do a dog behavior session, I do a dog psychology session. This is more of a dog psychology. When I do the dog psychology, I let the dog, as long as it's moving forward, it can go pretty much anywhere at once as long as we're safe. When I'm doing a dog behavior, I want the dog walking in a heel position, not walking in front. For Lacy, we just want her walking. So we really don't care how she does it, we just want her to do it. So what we're going to do is, when we sum this, let me give you kind of the roadmap to success here. So today we're going to take her about a block away, and then we're going to walk her back home. And what I would suggest you guys start doing is taking her for the next four days to a week, just taking her 1 block away from your house. But don't always go to the same spot. Now for the first 2 or 3 days, I would like to go to the same spot so she gets some familiarity with it. Excuse me, after the 3rd day, then the 4th day, I'd like you to go a completely different direction. And again, only about 1 block away, and then walk her back home. Now she's probably gonna be racing, so we're gonna kind of try, we don't wanna slow her down immensely, but we don't want her to race the whole way back because we want her to learn to enjoy the journey. And so once you've switched to a new position, then I'd like to do that for 3 days. Then I'd like you to go again a block away, a completely different direction. And so you try to do that, so you've got about 4 different directions that you've gone around about a block away. Then after you've done that, you're gonna go back to the first place, but you're gonna go 1 block further than that, and then walk her back. So the idea is we're going to gradually get her walking longer and longer distances. Now, after for each new distance or new direction, you're going to do that for 3 days. Then you're going to come back and just do it for 1 day from the new direction, or from the old direction. So let's say direction 1, we're going to go today. We're going to do that for 3 days in a row. Then we're going to do 2 other directions. When you go back to direction 1, you're going to go to 2 blocks away. So direction 1, the starting place where we have now, will be halfway through. And then after that, the next time, instead of going back to station 1, we're going to go to station 2. So we're only going to repeat the 3 daily walks in a row the first time. After that, we're going to kind of rotate it to create a little bit more mental stimulation. And so I want you to gradually increase the amount of time, of distance that she's going. At first, it's just going to be 1 block, and then once she's gotten to 3 for all the directions, and we're going to go 2 blocks, and then 3 blocks. And really, when you get to about, I'm guessing probably 3 to 6 blocks, she should be a lot more comfortable. And again, she's moving towards a goal or a target that she likes, coming back home. But the idea is to get her a lot of stimulation, let her see other dogs, see squirrels, sees rabbits, smells things, hopefully hears lawnmowers and things like that, but at a distance so that she can process them a little bit better. And all these things should lead to more confidence for Lacy. So we're gonna go ahead and cut it here, and then we're gonna pick this up out about a block away, hopefully with some nice footage of Lacy walking back home.